Good morning. Today we are continuing the lesson sports and nutrition, eating disorders. We are discussing food intolerance. Today's topic is food intolerance. So, what is food intolerance? Food intolerance means the element of certain foods that cannot be properly processed and absorbed by our digestive system. I'm repeating it again. Food intolerance means the elements, some of the elements of the foods, elements of certain food that cannot be properly processed or and absorbed by our digestive system. The main cause of food intolerance is the complete absence of enzymes responsible for breaking down or absorption of the food element. Further, it can be considered as allergy from food element for any individual. So we can say that any food, whatever foods contain the nutritious well nutrients, these are the elements, and maybe any element is not being absorbed by our digestive system or not being accepted by our digestive system. So that creates problem. This is very common problem in various peoples, because sometimes we have seen that people are taking, they are very conscious about the food, after that they are falling ill. So food intolerance means any element or any kind of food which is not being absorbed by the body, or that is creating any problem in the body, that is due to the food element of that particular food type, or any kind of food that is not being accepted by the body, and that is creating problem. So that's why we can say this is the allergy from any kind of food element for the individual. But this is quite different than the food allergy. Food allergy is caused by the viruses and bacteria in the food or spoiled food. But here we are talking about any fresh food. Sometimes the people are eating fresh food, after that they are suffering with the problem. That is the food intolerance, in which the particular food element, the element of particular food is not being accepted by the body, and it creates the problem. It is known as food intolerance. We can say it is the allergy by the food, but it is not a food allergy. The food intolerance and food allergy are not same. Food allergy is different, but allergy by a particular food, caused by any food, we can say a detrimental reaction to a food or beverages that produce symptoms in one or more body organ, but refer to reaction other than food allergy. We refer it not a, like a food allergy. So a detrimental reaction. Detrimental reaction means that is harmful reaction to a food in the body, which produce certain symptoms in the body or organs or body systems. This we must remember we are talking about any kind of fresh food or maybe it is hygienic food. This is not a matter of fresh or hygiene food, the hygienic food. This is the matter that is the element of the food or the food type is not being accepted by the body. There are so many causes we will discuss. Part or complete absence of activity of enzymes which break down the food element. Sometimes the particular enzyme is absent completely in the body, which is responsible for the absorption and breaking down of the food element. This is it happens sometime we are eating a particular food for longer time. So the food intolerance is quite different, in which any good food can create problem in the body. That may be nutritious food, but whatever it is, but the body, it is the problem of the body or digestive system where it is not being accepted, and it creates various problems. People suffer with the headache, with variety of problem, back pain, joint pain, digestive system problems, rashes, allergy, various problems are there, vomiting, nausea, various problems people suffer with due to the food intolerance. So the food intolerance is this is the harmful reaction, detrimental reactions to the to a food or beverage that produce symptoms in the body systems and body organs. Then again I am reminding you, it is not considered the food allergy. The causes, first causes, that is main cause is the absence, complete absence of the enzymes which is responsible for breaking down the food element. Symptoms are there: bloating, diarrhea. Bloating is a kind of swelling, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, irritable bowel syndrome, skin rashes, and sometimes fatigue, tiredness, joint pain, dark circles under the eyes, night sweating, and other chronic conditions, including headache, back pain, stomach ache, various problems are there. The main causes of the food intolerance in the studies, food intolerance is caused by these following causes. First is genetic predisposition. Genetic predisposition is there. Sometimes any kind of food is disposed by our ancestors. Like in our family history, we have never used any kind of food. Like in our society, we have seen many of the families, they never uh, consume the non-vegetarian food. In the family history, no one had was consuming the non-vegetarian food. If someone is starting to eat non-vegetarian food, so that may be a cause of food intolerance, because that is the food type which is predisposed. Genetically, it is disposed. So genetic predisposition in our family history, in the ancestors, the type of food is was not in used, and now we are including that food in our diet. Genetic predisposition, this is one of the cause which has been noticed for the food intolerance. Another cause of food intolerance is eating a particular food too often. We are eating a particular type of food for longer time, for so many time we are eating the particular type of food, so that we feel that we think that food can also cause the food intolerance problem. And we have seen also that whenever we are eating a particular food for so longer time, so that we uh, never like to eat more, we try to replace that food. We are being bored to eat the particular type of food. So eating a particular food too often is also noticed responsible for the food intolerance. We have seen then sometimes the problem of leaky gut. Leaky gut means that is the problem of the digestive system, where the digestive system is unable to produce the activity enzyme for the food. There is the problem of absorption of food. There is the problem of breaking down of the food element. So anything may be there, then that is the problem related to the gut. That is digestive system, digestive tract. So this cause is also noticed. Another is some medication. Sometimes the people are taking medicines for their ailment or illness. So that kind of that medicine also can cause the difficulties of absorption and breaking down of the food, which will lead the food intolerance. So medication may be another cause here. Chronic dehydration. Sometimes the person suffer with a dehydration problem. The chronic dehydration problem also may be a cause for food intolerance. Dehydration, we know, when the body lacks salt, water, and minerals and waters in our body. Hormonal imbalance. Sometimes the hormones are not being produced in the body to initiate the breaking down and metabolism of the particular type of food element. Another one is processed food. Sometimes the processed food are responsible for the food intolerance. So there are various causes of the food intolerance, and food intolerance is maximum people are suffering with the problem of food intolerance, but they are not aware about this, because food intolerance is responsible for various small symptoms in our body and body organs. How we can manage the food intolerance? Food intolerance management plan. Elimination followed by reintroduction. We can eliminate any kind of food for certain time duration, then we can reintroduce it. As there was the cause that eating any food for longer duration too often, we are using any food, so then that may cause the food intolerance. So what we can do, we can replace that food for certain time duration, then we can again we can include it in our diet. So elimination followed by reintroduction. Prolonged elimination build tolerance. When we eliminate any food item, any food type for certain time duration, longer time duration, so it builds the tolerance power. Fructose intolerance therapy. Fructose intolerance therapy, it is given when the particular food type is creating problem. So fructose intolerance therapy is given in which we give certain type of carbohydrates to energize the body. Fructose tolerance therapy, lactose tolerance therapy, and histamine tolerance therapy. These are the different nutrients and hormone producing elements are given to the body which initiate the hormones for responsible for digestion and breaking down of the particular food. So the food intolerance can be managed by these ways. Now we will come to the another very important topic, that is the food myths. We bet you still believe. In the society, various rumors that I was telling you then and pitfalls when we were discussing about the food and eating habits, especially when the persons are following the healthy weight management program or without following the healthy weight management program. There are various food myths are available. So what are the food myths? Food myths about foods. Various food myths are prevailing in India as well as over the world. What, when, how often to eat are questions. What we should eat, how we should eat, and when we should eat. So these questions are confusing many people. People believe in these myths because the myths seem credible. These myths seem they are the real, they are the truth. So the peoples are confused about these food myths. However, now that we have advanced scientific knowledges, technologies, we can dispel these myths and we can follow the scientific facts about the food. In the era of this science, there is no place for these food myths. These food myths are also create certain problems in our body produced by the food or food habit. So food myths are clear. So these are the myths available in the society of the whole world, and these are the type of questions: what we should eat, when we should eat, how often we should eat. These type of questions are there, these type of advices are there, which are confusing many people, and these myths seem truth, but we should be aware about these myths and we should follow the scientific facts for the diet. The most common food related myths which are still present in the society are here, like potatoes makes you fat. Potato makes you fat. Means if we eat potato, so then we will be fatty. It will increase our weight. This is the myth available in the society. Potato, definitely it is carbohydrate rich food. It contains complex carbohydrate, but it is a part of our diet, our food diet. So it cannot be avoided because it contains other nutrients also. Another one we can see, like fat free products will help you in losing weight. So fat free products, fat is definitely the responsible for increasing the weight, but fat is the component of diet, and we need fat for various functions. It makes the, it gives protection to the organs, and it makes the essential fat in the body, which is very essential. So fat cannot be avoided. Fat is highly energy giving food. So this is another myth available in the society. Another one is eggs increase cholesterol level, so avoid it. These are, this is another food myth is available in society. Eggs definitely control cholesterol, but eggs are very good food, and they provide us various vitamins and minerals, and they are highly rich in protein. So we cannot avoid eggs. These cannot be avoided because cholesterol is good for the body and bad also. So it depends on the type of cholesterol. HDL and LDL, two type of cholesterols are there. So eggs provide us cholesterol, but that's why we cannot avoid eggs. Another food myth is available: drinking water while eating makes you fat. Drinking water while eating is definitely not a good habit, but certain amount of water can be added while we are eating any solid food. That helps us to absorb the food properly. It helps us to breaking down of the food particles properly. So drinking water, there is no any connection of drinking water which makes us fat. Do not take milk after eating fish. Another rumor and then myth is available in the society, that is, do not eat milk, do not take milk after eating fish. There is no any reaction between the milk and fish. So these type of food myths are available in the society. Starve yourself to lose weight. Sometimes the people say, then this is the another myth is available. We must be starved ourselves. Means do not eat food and remain hungry to lose weight. So this is another the wrong methods available in the society. Exercises makes you eat more. The food methods that exercises, when we are doing any exercise, so it will induce our hunger and we will eat more. So this is another the wrong methods available in the society, because exercises are very essential for our body systems and organs of our body, so we cannot avoid it. And exercises never makes us eat more, because exercises put the exact demand of the body. Whatever things are needed, the exercises demand. So these are the food myths which are available in society. So we should be aware about these food myths.